city. Oh, there you go.
Yes.
Okay. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I like that that is the starting point, that we know that.
All right, thank everybody for being here tonight. We are short a couple people. Business, vacations, under the weather, but nonetheless, we got enough to have a meeting, so we're gonna carry on. First item is to amend and or accept tonight's agenda. I do have a couple amendments. Action item N, as in Nancy, will be to approve the gym floor replacement and abatement. And then action item O will be to approve the 2024-2025 school calendar. Anybody else have anything else we need to add to tonight's agenda?
Make a motion to accept.
Support.
Motion and support for tonight's agenda. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This time, it is time for public comment, which is limited to 2 minutes. Anybody has anything they want to say?
All right, I guess I'll represent. We were gonna have some of the other wrestlers, some of the coaches come tonight. I guess the big thing is we just would like to ask to get put on the agenda for one of the next couple meetings where we can bring you guys some information about the school taking on the wrestling team as a school team.
Yep.
As a parent this year watching Xander wrestle, the discipline these guys are learning is far beyond any other sport that I think they've played. And just gives an opportunity for that winter sport for those kids that, you know, the basketball team is great. Those guys are all 6'4" and above. So not all of them are that big. So just an opportunity for some other kids to play. Every other season we've got a no cut. Anybody can play sport except for the winter. So that's all I've got. Just to, like I said, just to ask to get that on the agenda for the upcoming meetings. We'll bring some more information if you guys request that.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Okay.
Xander, did Dad sum it all up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dakota was supposed to be here to be the voice, but I don't know where he's at.
Oh,
That's
okay.
all right.
All right, well, thank you. Moving on to our routine matters, we got to approve January minutes. Anybody have any discussion about those? All look good?
Motion to approve.
Support. Motion and support for the January minutes. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Consider general fund invoices for payment. Scott?
Yes, check number 76771 to 76906 from the general fund in the amount of $169,788.84. And then food service, check number 76779 through 76869 in the amount of $33,966.61.
All right, we got a motion. Do we have support?
Support.
Motion and support for our invoices. Any more discussion, questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay. Reports and communications, myself, I don't have nothing to report on. Superintendent?
Yeah, just a couple of things I'll add to it as we go through our action items there. We have the calendar for tonight's approval, vote, I guess. It is mirrors similarly to last year's calendar. Does have Good Friday off I know that was a concern a couple of years ago, so we're making sure that we're following that. It's always good to have the calendar out before spring break, before the beginning of a year before spring break, because as many people will book a year out when they're on their trip this year. So the ISD and the schools, there really is no common calendar anymore, other than we're all pretty much following the same spring break. Christmas breaks either start earlier, start later, end earlier, end later. But as well as the start of school. So there really isn't a common calendar. In talking with the teachers, this, we believe, fits best for the McBain community. So, good news, we had some work done out at the track today. The fencing's been pulled, so they're able to start peeling off the rubber and the asphalt there. I know that they dropped off some more equipment up at the track, so they're taking advantage of the weather that we have, and I'm hoping and praying that we continue to have good weather for all these outdoor projects, that they stay on time. So excited about that. It's weird just looking up there from the school and seeing that fence down. You don't realize, but you're used to just seeing it up there, so it just looks different. So real excited about that. You also see on your agenda, we have a bid, or asking for approval for the bid for the gym floor, the middle school gym floor, for removal and replacement. They did give us a good timeline for when they would have that floor done, and if everything goes as planned, the gym floor will be ready to be played on August 12th. So that's fits right into our calendar and our school year for using that for the middle school gym and classroom. The one thing though is regardless of when we take that floor up, we don't know what's underneath it. I do think that something is underneath it that there could be a little bit of a delay in order for us to fix. That would have happened this year, that would have happened next year, no matter what year we pulled up that floor. If I remember correctly, the first year that floor was played on was 1959. So that floor's been covered for quite a while. So, but yeah, excited about that and excited about the progress we're making towards our projects.
Okay, any questions for Mr. Akam? Moving on to our business manager, Liz.
Okay, if I sit?
Yeah, you're.
So January, busy time in our office, getting all the W-2s out to everybody and 1099s so everybody can file their taxes, and soon the 1095Cs will go out to all the staff who are eligible for health insurance. We do that in coordination with SETSAG, so Brandon's been working on that. I had a note in the minutes about the revenue consensus hearing, minimal growth in revenues, and the governor presented her budget last week, which, does have an increase in it per pupil, but we still have yet to see the Senate and the House version of what they're going to come out with. And so, budget season just starting for the state. So we'll keep you posted as that goes. And property taxes, debt levy, and the sinking funds are coming in pretty regularly now. So we do have on the agenda later to open the account for the sinking fund. When I first started, we closed some accounts to try to narrow down the number of bank accounts we have, and now we're adding back to them. But so far, we've collected on the sinking fund about like 48% of the revenue that we'll see coming in this year. So,
All right. Any questions for Liz? All right. Thank you. Principals. Mr. Wisner, would you like to start?
Sure. Last week, I believe it was last week, we had our data meetings to go over our winter benchmark data with NWA and Dibbles. We saw a lot of growth with our students, so we're very excited. NWA puts together a nice growth report to kind of show you what the target is for each grade level in the academic areas and whether or not where they fell with that. And most of our grade levels exceeded their goals for the winter on both reading and math. So we were very pleased with that data. And then Dibbles, which is a screener for reading fluency and phonics instruction, we saw a lot of growth on that as well. with individual students. So we're really pleased, and then we use that data to make plans for interventions in the classroom. And then we'll meet again in March to see how those interventions are going and whether or not those students are making progress in the classroom and in our title programming. We had McBain Active Kids today. Thanks to Mrs. Sluter and Mrs. Cucci for all of their efforts doing that. 3rd and 4th grade went down, and then 1st and 2nd grade went down. Tomorrow kindergarten will have theirs, and then 5th grade will have theirs, and theirs is usually basketball. Theirs is a little bit different, and then kindergarten's is a little bit different. It's usually stations, but the other kids, they did jump roping. And so I think Mrs. Sluter said we had a new record for money raised for our programming, and she already started talking to me about the playground and funding something for the playground. And I think we're gonna have some help with that too. So we're excited about that the kids did so well with that. And then Friday we have PD. We're gonna revisit PBIS, and now that we're into kind of the online system, we're gonna pull some data from that, pull some graphs from that, and have staff look at that to reflect on when are we seeing some behaviors and what can we do about that. And then we're gonna continue to look at implementation of our new curriculum with phonics and at the upper grades, morphology and vocabulary, and continue to boost those efforts.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Wisdom? All right. Mr. Finstrom, would you like to go next?
I would love to. We're in the middle of our Love Your Neighbor food drive. It's exciting to see all the buildings participating this year in that, collecting canned goods. The winning grade for each building will have some pizza party to celebrate with that. It's kind of fun to watch a competition as they go by and look at the numbers, and all of a sudden piles start rolling in faster than we can count. So it's exciting to see. Next week and this week and next week are going to be quite busy. We have choir and band festivals coming up. McBain is proud to host those every year and brings in a lot of different performers and really showcases what our school has to offer. And Mrs. Wiggins and Ms. Neverth put on one phenomenal show for that. So we're quite excited to see and expect great things to come from that. Another exciting thing for our middle school is our math counts team. That is a middle school team of our typically algebra students, but we do incorporate some of our 7th grade as well. They go down to fairs, they compete against each other, solving problems, and I believe they do some team plus some individual. And when it came down to it, the middle school took first overall. I believe that's 2 years in a row now that we have done that for our region, and 7 of the top 12 students in the final round came from McBain. So it's exciting to see our programming really work and pay off, and it gives those kids another avenue to compete and show off their skills that they have. David Wilson took 3rd overall. We're very proud of him for knocking that out. And because of our placement, we are qualified for state. So in March, instead of just our region, we're going to be competing against the entire state of Michigan. So that is going to be awesome to see how they do and the name they're making for us. So we're quite proud of that. PBIS continues to roll along really well. As you saw, we had some pictures in your update of our snowshoe event and the kids earning that reward. And the tickets keep rolling in, and I'm getting nervous about our next reward because they're doing really well with that. So, but lots of exciting things. We're excited for PD. We're going to continue working with our PBIS on Friday, and also continue with our curriculum mapping and making sure we're covering the standards that we need to address.
Sounds good. Thank you. Ms. Beck.
Things are going well in the high school. I really want to recognize some kids here who worked really hard and are being recognized at CTC. So congratulations to Bryson Powers and Eli Wilt, Henry Bass, and Christopher Woodward for being students of the quarter. And then it came out just a little bit later, but Karen Jimenez Reyes, she's a senior. She's the February co-op student of the month. So she works in the CTC office there. So they recognized her for that. So it was really special. She has a poster up on the board, and I'm really proud of her. She was really excited about it. So she's in business and marketing. Another thing that didn't make it in our ski team, small as it may be, they are the conference champs, and Brecken Cotter was recognized for being one of the top 4 scorers for the team. So that was really exciting. Sean Mulder shared that with us. So, just got done with homecoming. It was wonderful and busy and fun. We're always grateful for allowed to do all the things that we get to do, so. Just want to remind people about Floyd Morris's fundraiser on Monday the 19th. We're excited about that. We've had a lot of wonderful participation, so we're looking forward to that.
No, absolutely. Thanks, Becky.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to our committee reports.
Executive committee event.
Yep,
We discussed the gym floor.
yeah, it was a brief meeting, but we did, yes.
We discussed the gym floor and what the next steps were to be, and the committee thought it was the time to bring it to the board.
Yeah.
So, correct. It was a quick meeting and it was a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, and then the reinstatement committee met. We had a student apply for reinstatement, and the board is aware of what the recommendation is, and for FERPA reasons we won't say. So it is on the agenda for approval for the recommendation from the reinstatement committee.
This, and also building and grounds,
Well, we did, yes.
we met also.
Good job, yes.
With Pete Van Voss, and then engineers, and also Chip. Pete just run by the engineers some ideas that he had, or ways to cut some costs on the track, and yeah, we just had a good discussion about moving forward, and yeah, that's about it, I guess, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good meeting.
It was a good meeting, yep,
Engineers were very receptive to what he had to say.
yes,
Opened his ideas, and I think we're gonna see some savings.
yeah.
A lot of money, I don't know, but some savings, any savings is good.
Moving on to MASB update, usually that's Ken's deal, but I guess we're not gonna have that tonight. And then moving on to our repetitive discussion items. LEA plan use of funds.
Yeah, we're gonna continue to use the funds as we had originally planned. We have not swayed from it. Use those funds to benefit students.
31 AA mental health.
Yep, continue to use that. We'll be using that for the weight room expansion for mental health, for physical exercise. From the 22-23 school year, 23-24 we'll be using it for social workers and school safety.
Okay. Return to in-person instruction, continuity of learning.
Yeah, we're gonna continue to stay in person. And if we do end up closing, we will provide services to our students that they'll be able to continue to learn. But that has not been the plan. We'll plan on staying open.
Okay. Moving on to our action items. Action item A is Neola special update. Para, November 2023. PO 0122, PO 1420, PO 3120, PO 3131, PO 3139, PO 3142, PO 3220. And that's the last one. Do I have a motion? Motion. Support. Any discussion on the Neola special update? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Action item B, the 2024-2025 school calendar as presented.
So moved.
Support.
Motion support for the school calendar. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Action item C, Brittany Bode maternity leave of absence.
Now, is she only gonna be out the rest of this year and back for next year? We do not know yet.
We don't know.
Okay.
We're hoping. Yeah, we don't know.
Motion.
Support.
Motion support for Brittany's maternity leave of absence. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Action item D, Miss Shelley Genoa leave of absence.
Motion.
Support.
Motion support for Shelley. Is there anything you want to add to this as far as updates or?
I hear that she's progressing very well. I have not heard from her or Mrs. Brinks, who gives us our regular updates. I just have heard that she's making a lot of really good progress. So I don't want to give any details without knowing 100% for sure. So glad that she's home, making progress, and we're looking forward to her coming back.
Okay. Motion support for Shelley. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Okay. Action item E, the retirement of Mary Beth Hill.
I'll make a motion.
Support.
Motion support for Mary in her retirement. Any discussion?
You guys can vote it down if you want to.
Yeah, I'd like to vote it
Just thanking her for her service.
Yes.
And I guess my question would be, will we work to have her replacement before the end of the school year so that she can work to train on that? I guess would be my only question, because she has a wealth of knowledge, obviously, after that many years.
Yes, that is our goal.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Did we get a motion?
I think so.
Motion support. All those in favor of Mary's retirement, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations to Mary. Action item F, the resignation of Malin Watrous.
Motion.
Motion support for Malin. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Alright, moving on to the back side. Action item G, the resignation of Lindsay Zeiderman.
Motion.
Support.
Motion support for Lindsay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? H, reschedule our March 2024 board meeting to March 18, be a week later.
This is, if you guys recall, in March, we typically reschedule for districts and regionals. This should avoid any of the tournaments. This will just allow us to do that with a month's notice.
Motion.
Support. Motion and support. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I, parking lot agreement with the city of McBain. You want to elaborate on this a little bit?
Yeah, so this is an agreement with the city that our students are currently parking in the city parking lot over by the grain company. As you know, we have limited parking. A lot of our CTC kids will park over there to catch the bus to go into town. But in talking with the city, this agreement would allow the school to uphold students to the student code of conduct in that parking lot, which could allow us to search a vehicle if we need to search a student vehicle. Just helps us maintain student safety in that parking lot as well as ours.
Motion.
Support. Motion and support for the parking lot agreement with the city of McBain. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? All right. J, irrigation bid from Newell's Evergreen Nursery. This is for the football field.
Correct, this would be for the football field. We received 2 bids, both very reputable companies. And Newell's bid was lower than the other companies. He has been doing some work for us already with fertilizing our fields, started fertilizing up front, this past fall too. We noticed a big difference with that improvement. We received very good references, for the work that he does.
All right, do I have a motion?
Motion.
We have a motion support for New Wells to do our irrigation on our football field. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, K, open Horizon Bank account for our sinking fund.
Motion.
Motion support for bank account from Horizon, for our sinking fund. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. L, recommendation from the reinstatement committee.
Motion.
Support. Motion support for reinstatement committee. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. M, United Night of Worship Sunday, April 28th in our auditorium. This is a Sunday activity, so it has to be approved by the board.
Motion.
Support.
Motion support. Any discussion on this? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? N, approve gym floor replacement and abatement
Motion.
from Kuhn Specialty Flooring.
That had you there.
That's right. We have a motion. We have a motion in support. Is there any discussion on this item? Are we all good moving forward?
Excuse me, they won't want us auction flooring off either.
No,
Asked about that.
no, not with, they can't with the abatement, because the mastic is also on the floor. I'm hoping,
Hoping for.
I'm hoping that they're able to save the M in the middle. They're concerned that it's been on there for so long, how it will peel up. They're gonna do their best, and then we can have that put on plywood, and we'd like to display that somewhere, the trophy case or something. But no, unfortunately, we cannot, the school cannot authorize to reissue that wood.
All right, we have a motion.
Basically, we're gonna have a dumpster diving party, is that what we're gonna
I'm not asking questions.
do? No witnesses.
Yeah. I don't know, I don't know how they.
My guess is it's not gonna come up.
I don't know how they,
Nice
yeah.
blanks.
I don't know
Sure,
how
it's
they're gonna
be a
dispose
mess.
of it, to be honest with you. I mean, I know there's gonna be a dumpster, but I don't know if they haul
Hopefully
that
they
out
can
every
say
day.
they have to carry that out, they
Yeah.
can say
Yeah.
somehow
I'm
asbestos.
sure it's gotta go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's gotta be all wrapped up, I'm pretty
Landfill or
sure, yeah.
something. All right, we have a motion support, good discussion. All those in favor of moving forward with the gym floor replacement, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right.
Put the school
Yeah,
calendar.
Put the school calendar on
I was
twice,
just looking at the school calendar, and I think we already voted on that.
We did. That was
Sounded
letter B.
familiar, like,
We talked about that in my office, I was like,
I know
I
we
thought
did.
it was on there.
We didn't look very close.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess we can skip over action item O.
See action item B.
We just vote again and just let people know we're really confident.
We are confident in it. We have Good Friday off, I'm happy.
That being said, moving on to public comment again. Anything else you wanna say? All good?
Do you guys think that March 18th, we could put you on the agenda?
Yeah,
To come and talk?
Get everybody together.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
And if you can let us know ahead of time, I mean, you know, because you were there, but
Yep.
if you can let us know ahead of time what you need from us.
Yeah, for sure.
We got numbers for middle school and youth and stuff like that.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Very good.
That'd be
Thank
great.
you.
Maybe we can meet beforehand
Yes.
sometime and just kind of make sure we have everything in place for you, but we'll plan on putting you guys on the agenda for the March 18th meeting.
Sounds good.
And then that gives you longer than 2 minutes.
Right.
Okay. Board roundtable. Anybody got anything they wanna bring up, talk about?
think on the seat, he'll be with the seniors.
Oh, okay.
Have fun.
Yeah.
You probably have to remind us of the bark to read.
Yeah.
Yeah. You good down there, Dennis?
I'm good.
Becky?
I have one thing.
Okay.
So this is to Becky. The comments I've heard from the kids for homecoming and the pictures on Facebook, good job. Like they are just, I've heard nothing but great things, so that's wonderful. And also when we had the reinstatement hearing, I was just very impressed, so thank you for all of that. And then my other thing is just a comment. Is there, like I love seeing their beautiful faces, but is there a reason that the principals come to every meeting when we can read their reports? I know they have families and kids. I'm just asking. It's not that I don't love seeing them, but I know nights are busy and we all have families. I just didn't know if it's something that there could be some meetings where we look at what they have to present and we have read through it and that they could maybe be excused from more meetings. I'm just asking because I don't know. But I do know for me too, like rushing here is a lot and I voted on and I wanted this position. I'm not saying that, but it is a lot. I know sometimes they come through, they have beautifully written, they don't need to read that to me. I mean, I can read it and and I appreciate your time. And I know how busy you are. I know how much you pour into this school and I just didn't know. It's not something we have to decide tonight, but I just wanted to throw it out there.
No, that's good. The only thing that I would be concerned about is, and see, they're smiling now they're gonna be frowning.
Oh, they're gonna be like, Becky.
No, it's something that we can definitely discuss for sure.
There are definitely presentations and numbers, like they know those things, and I feel like that is very important to come from them.
My only concern would be is if we had a parent come with a concern that we wouldn't be
Okay.
able to address.
Okay, like for the open,
Yeah.
okay, got it.
That would be, but I'm open to discussion because I understand that too,
That,
I mean, they enjoy hearing from me and all my reports all the time.
yes, they do,
And all
I'm
of
sure of
you-
it.
and all of you guys, that would just be the thing, but yeah, let's keep that, let's
Just maybe
discuss
something
it.
to keep in mind, or if we see that there's a little bit of a lighter load and maybe you
For
don't
sure.
expect any visitors to our open forums, that it could be something that we look at.
Sure, absolutely.
That's it.
Okay. I think I'm good.
Motion to adjourn.
Support.
Motion and support to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Alright.
Really don't make them come to July.
I don't think I'll come to the July one. You're so nice. You're just